You are live. It says you are live. Hello, 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 hello. I'm laughing at your mic.
Oh, it's like when you have like glass in the sun and reflecting.
Yeah.
All right. Can you all hear us?
Testing one, testing one. J&J. Good evening.
J&J said,
Yes.
there we are.
Awesome. So, good evening, everyone. We'll give everyone a few minutes to come in, but we are here, we are live, and we're gonna just hang out tonight for a little bit and kind of give you guys an update on what's been going on. Like, we have not done this. I just looked back because I said, Roy, when is the last time we went live? And other than his live that he did when we were
Probably around
doing
June.
our Strongsville house sale, June.
Yeah.
It was the beginning of the year. So we've been here the whole time, but we haven't been here the whole time. And so we're just going to kind of go over why.
So where have we been?
Hey, Joni. Hey, Michelle. Hey, KT.
Hello, hello, hello.
Good evening. Oh, thank you. Yeah. So I had been, just starting off with that. I've been letting my grays grow out for a few years now, but I got tired of looking at them. And so what did you just do?
You said a few years. I was just counting.
So yeah. My girlfriend cuts my hair, and the last time she cut it a couple weeks ago, I talked to her about possibly coloring, and we got together last night. We went to the little store that all the beauty professionals can go to and get their supplies at a good price. So we went there and bought a whole basket full of supplies, and she colored my hair. So I don't know if you can tell, it's pretty red. Like, if you look at it in the light, it's pretty red, but I know red fades kind of quickly, so it won't be like super red as it is now. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but thank you. Thank you.
It doesn't look completely red.
Yeah. It's dark.
Yeah.
But the grays are covered. I'm happy about that.
The grays are covered.
Yep. And we have a family wedding next weekend. Are your grays covered?
Oh no.
Nope. They're all sprouting everywhere.
I was looking at the video I edited, and I have like one right here now or something. Like, oh man, I gotta pluck that.
And that one right there.
Yeah, I'm getting a little grays, showing me age.
Yep. It happens to the best of us. We just keep getting older and wiser.
Like fine wine.
Right. But I don't think I'm ever going to act my age. So there's that.
It depends on how we look at that.
Right. It depends on what day it is and if you're behaving or not.
If I'm behaving, yep, Mama Lisa.
Oh. So yeah.
Yeah.
That was kind of like the start of.
KT said congratulations on auction school.
Yeah.
She did pass. I can't believe she made it 2 weeks. So I can believe she made it 2 weeks, but I mean, it is not the easiest sit through, we'll say, especially when you're used to doing things all day and
Yeah, sitting
2 full weeks
in class for 2 full weeks, 8 hours at a time is not easy. But here it is, my certificates.
Let's hear your cadence.
I haven't practiced that in a while, so
It was just last week.
I know. I haven't practiced it in a while.
Okay. We'll let her off the hook unless you guys want her to, go ahead and do a chant,
Roy and I talked about doing a contest, and you guys could pick the winner, but not tonight.
Right, not tonight. So we're actually looking to try and be more consistent. That's kind of one of the things, like, we finally got to a place where we have a lady who came in. She was pretty stellar. She has a auction firm license. She wanted to get in the business, and she kind of picked us up like, what would you say? Like a fish to water. Like it was, hey, showed her one thing, and she's already 10 steps ahead. And
she's in the chat, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm saying that's where we are. And with Lori back, we are at a point where we're gonna try and be more consistent because we have more hands that help. It's so that's one of the reasons we haven't been around. It's been kind of hard to do everything we've been doing, and then still keep up with life and the YouTube, which is a whole nother thing in itself. So
it's time consuming.
That it is.
Hi, Natalie.
And guess who now edits videos as well?
Yeah, so we're touching on all of the bullet points on the list of things that we wanted to talk about tonight. But yes, I am editing videos.
Yes.
Sort of.
Well, no, I mean, if you look at her Facebook page, a lot of the shorts and the little videos for our sales, which we have a sale that's up now, at Recycle NEO, another online auction. Like, Lisa has really stepped up to more of the video instead of just like a picture or a link. So
yeah,
that's a helping hand. I've always wanted to do it, but when I get a chance to edit, it's more like I'm editing the long form YouTube videos, and I gotta put the time where it's needed when I have it. So no, I don't.
So just kind of going back to where we were in the last 8 months since we've been live, we have done many estate sales, house sales, downsizing sales, consignments for clients here at the warehouse, all through our online auction platform, which is, if you see scrolling down on the bottom of the screen, recycleneo.com. That's our business side of Avery's All In, where all the online auction happens and all the excitement of everything that gets sold. But we had 2 major sales, 1,000
almost back to back
plus lot sales that were so intense and so extreme and just over the top with everything. And
but they were 2 different sales though.
Yeah.
One was a lot of lots, and that was the first sale with we had 996 lots, and then we just did a coin collection that was about a $50,000 coin collection. So that was a bucket list item right there, just to be able to get a coin collection, and it worked out well. We had the gold coins, if anyone heard about it. So that was fun, actually, for me to dig through the coins and deal with all the coins. But so
yeah, there were tons of coins. All the way from thousands of dollars of a coin to pennies.
Literally pennies.
Yeah. So many coins. It was crazy. Like the totes that they were in were so heavy. You're like, oh, it's this little tote, but it's so heavy because it's filled with coins. But it was an amazing sale. It was a lot. We just but it was a great accomplishment for us to have that under our belt, and we couldn't have done it without our team. And so looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, what's the next one going to be? What's the next one on the list for a goal? We've done knife collections. Now we've done the coins. We've sold classic cars.
Yeah. Probably firearms.
Yeah. Well, you know, that is definitely on the list. So
yeah, of course. I don't know what else. Dolls, maybe.
Jewelry collection.
I was joking with dolls. Jewelry, yeah.
All this stuff. The funny thing is, most of the time when you go into these estate sales, all that stuff's already gone. So,
yeah,
the opportunity to do the coin collection worked out very well because
yeah, it was like, I don't want to say once in a lifetime, but it was definitely, not something that's going to come around even every year.
You never know, though. Once you do it once and you show that you can actually get good prices for it. I mean, and other people, are more open to wanting to come to you. And so,
well,
I mean,
absolutely. We've proven that we can sell the coins, but it's finding the people that are ready to sell their collections. That's the challenge.
Yeah, that is true.
You got to get out there and knock on doors, do some cold calling.
Well, we got an event we'll be doing October 27th. So,
is that on the calendar, by the way?
Yep.
Okay. What day is that?
The 27th.
Yeah, what day is that? So what's
Monday.
What's everybody else got going on? That was kind of where we were. What has everybody else got going on? Anything interesting this weekend? It's fall. The weather's still pretty decent. Joan said, is the ghost of Roy's head like a light bulb, but it's a spooky idea? Yes. Which basically are all the things that come out of Roy's head. Spooky ideas.
Right.
Did you just put that in the calendar?
Like I said, it's on the calendar.
Yeah, it wasn't on the calendar. That's a Monday.
So it's on the calendar.
Good thing we don't have anything on the calendar that day.
Nope. Well, we do. So we'll be doing this seniors trick or treat. So we'll get a chance to hand out some little treats and meet with some seniors, and hey, somebody might have something they want to downsize. So last time we were there, we ended up with a huge record collection.
So we go to this local senior center, and they have events and activities for seniors, and so we go in and they give us an opportunity to talk about our business and how we can help people. But what we also do, we call it
for what it's worth.
For what it's worth. And it's sort of like
what it's worth. But,
yeah. like an antiques roadshow kind of scenario where everybody can bring in an item, and then after we do our little talk for like 10 minutes, and then Roy and I separate, and then people come and like get in line, and we sit down with people one-on-one and talk about their item that they brought in, and maybe give them like what
evaluation
value we might think it would be. Yeah, kind of like not an official appraisal, right. But we do our little due diligence research on figuring out comps, which we do all day, every day, right? Mm-hmm. You resellers, you know what that's all about.
So
it's they enjoy it, and we've gotten at least 2 decent clients out of that. Yeah, right.
The first one was like a Dickens Village collection.
That was Department 56.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that video, we unboxed all of them. It was like tons of boxes. And then it was the record collection.
Yeah.
So
that was amazing. An amazing record collection.
The guy had it all listed out and everything, conditions, and learned a lot more about records than we knew before that.
Yeah.
So, and it's not that we didn't know much. I mean, we had another consignor when we first got into this business that we helped liquidate. Funny enough, he had a great record collection, and we got to liquidate the stuff that was on the bottom end, and it was still good stuff. So that's where we learned about records. But the guy with the collection had it all laid out, gave us, all the information needed, what you can look at, like first editions and all that kind of stuff, sealed records, like it was crazy. And he had it all in a spreadsheet. So we were able to just, list it from the spreadsheet, and picture it and sell it. And yeah, and it was a lot of classic rock too. So it was crazy. That was a $25,000 collection there. And we sold all that in the same month we sold the classic cars last year, April.
I'm trying to highlight a comment, and it's been so long since we've done this that I don't remember how. I don't even see the chat over here.
Because it's up top where it says comments.
Oh, where's the mouse? Sorry, guys. A little rusty. Okay. Michelle says, I wish they did live auctions here. Remind us again where you are, Michelle.
New Jersey, if I'm correct.
But yeah.
So live auctions, funny enough, I don't know. Well, I don't know if you watched yesterday. I think we were talking a little bit about it yesterday, or was I talking to Rob on the phone? I don't remember, but
I guess I need to look at this chat because I'm missing. I feel
we
like
are looking at doing like a live auction, like right across from here. I've already talked to like the owners of where our warehouse is. And there's this huge field across the street, and as long as we're not interfering with traffic, which usually would be a weekend day, Saturday, Sunday, definitely. Those are usually Sunday, especially. It's very quiet here, and we're looking at loading up the field with a live auction, hopefully next spring as the weather gets warmer. So, funny enough, I should tell Rob he found a stage today. He should keep it.
Oh, yes. How big was it, do you think?
Like, I want to say it was 4 probably like 8x4 foot sections. So it seemed like it was like a full sheet of 8x4 plywood.
But it was like,
it was a stage. Yeah, it was all, I mean, it wasn't light, but yeah, that's about how big it was. It was like 8x4 foot sections. So.
So J&J, you guys bought a unit today, 20 minutes from home, and only $25. Can't beat that. Can't beat that.
Very nice.
Hey, Bill, how's it going?
Howdy, Bill. But yeah, we're looking at and then we'll do. Some of us might have to brush up because I'll be like the MC, but then we'll have the live calls.
Oh yeah, I'll practice and I'll be ready.
We know who'll be doing the live call for us, but our new auctioneer.
Well, I mean, that all depends on if I pass my state test.
There's no if. There's no if.
November 14th is the date. I was just signing up on the portal today, and I gotta ask you some questions about some things since you've already done it all.
They wouldn't let you just go under our sales. I saw you created a new.
I didn't want any confusion, or like I wanted my stuff to be separate so that there was no confusion on like, why is this person setting up with this name?
It's none. I mean, our business and then me, and it's just our business account.
Okay.
So
I don't know. See, you weren't here, so I just did it the way I thought I needed to do it.
It's all right. You signed up, and November 14th. Middle of November, not bad.
What's that? I mean, what's not bad?
Just November 14th.
Yeah.
And that's what? Today is what, the 10th? So that's a little over a month. I think you'll be ready. It's not hard though.
I'm not even going to really try and study right now because I'm just going to start refreshing at the beginning of November, and then for 2 weeks straight, just work through all my notes and the laws and the laws and the laws.
Yeah, she came from class and she's like, all right, we need to talk. I got some things we'll be changing. Like, oh, there's a new sheriff in town.
Well, I mean, when you figure out that you're not doing something completely right.
No comment.
Do you have to sign up for the test? Yes.
You actually have to register. You'll have to get your bond in place, or Did they ask you to get your bond in place yet?
Yep.
So
bond, background check.
You didn't do your bond yet, though, right?
No.
Okay, because you can go where I went, and I
I'm
know
going
it's
to.
okay. Gotcha.
Those are the questions, and we'll talk about them next week.
Okay.
There's an application that you fill out online. Like, you set up your dashboard at the state department of the Department of Agriculture website, and Joe heard all this too, but you set up your account, and then you kind of like go through the list of all the things that are needed.
Yep.
Oh, Joe got his background check today. Nice.
Yep. In the background check, you just go up to the police station.
Did you go to our city police station where we live?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's what was one of my questions.
Because that's where that's our address. So.
Right. Well, I mean, we're here, we're there. Who knows? So, J&J is in the chat. So we, in the class, Jenna, that's why I wanted this picture, because I'm going to show everyone.
In the class, I heard it was a lot of snoring.
This was our class. This was like a few of the people in the class that we knew. There's Conky, there's Thomas from TDK, there's Joe, there's George from What the Hales, and there's me. And that is one of the reasons I wanted to take this class at this time, because I knew it would be fun, because I knew at least 4 other people. But it ended up, I knew two additional people, yep. One being another guy that we know from the storage unit circuit, and one of our customers, one of our regular buyers, was in the class too. And that was really cool to get to know him better. The first day I sat down, I was looking at him across the room. I'm like, he looks so familiar. Why does he look so familiar? But like, when you see somebody out of context and out of like where you normally see them, and you're nervous and it's the first day of auctioneer school, like my brain just wasn't clicking. But then we went around the room, and when he said his name, I'm like, Dave, hey. So I was a little embarrassed that I didn't recognize him. I mean, I did, but then I didn't.
Well, you weren't there for the pickup either, because we did a pickup while she was in class, and he actually came to the pickup. So like when you went to school, I'd actually seen him.
He was at school with me the whole time. So how could he come
But he did a warehouse pickup. It was a Friday, and we were here till 6:30, myself and Joni. No, you came for that. I don't know. Anyway.
I think you're smoking something.
I don't know. It's probably all the smelling the chemicals.
Mm-hmm.
But we did recently see him at a pickup, though. Maybe it was Brecksville when I saw him. I don't know. I know I recently saw him, though.
Brecksville. Yeah, he was at Brecksville. I don't know
did you see him, though? But
I don't remember.
Gotcha.
So J&J said they saw Ruben. He bought his first unit. That's awesome. Ruben was in our class. He was one of 2 Amish men in the class, young men, like in their early 20s. But amazing bid callers. Like, they just were like, it's one of those where you just hear them and you're enthralled. Well, I am anyway. The one I said, how long have you been doing this? And he literally said, like, they grow up with it. So they're hearing it, they're doing it like from a young age, like 4. I don't know, I'm making that up, but they were amazing. So that was fun to hang out with them too. And
Michelle said he was good. And she said, when do you get the results for the test, I assume?
Oh, that's right. You guys you could have seen him if you saw the Whatnot show. Yep. That was done live on What the Hales Whatnot channel, the Wednesday of the second week of class, whatever that was.
Yeah, we do that every auction school. We go in and do online. So basically we have, It's set up the morning part. I go through a whole thing about online auctions. If you're new, that was what the teacher or the gentleman Mark that owns the school, he was like, yeah, it'd be nice, think of it from a standpoint. If you were new getting into it, what would you like to know if you're a new auctioneer getting an online auction? So created the first half of the class doing that. And then we go to lunch and we come back and we do a 2-hour whatnot class or show where the people from the class, the hopefully soon to be auctioneers, get up and they get to, actually get in front of the camera and do online live calling through whatnot. So that's pretty cool. And then we wrap up the class with a 2-hour session of Q&A.
And then there's like the panel of auctioneers up there with the teacher, Mark, and then Roy and Jeremy, and then Rob from Second Sense usually joins in the afternoon too.
And I have one more I wanted to reach out to that I forgot to, but I'll have to remember for the next one because he does something unique as well. And that is he does a lot of the simulcast. So he'll do an online auction and he'll run it for a week or two. And then when he actually does the auction day, when it's time to do the auction, then he goes live and you can be there live or you can be there live online and bid as well. So I thought that was pretty cool seeing that. And, I wanted to invite him in to kind of talk about that too, because he's got like kind of a hybrid scenario, which I think is pretty cool to know, especially if you're doing online auctions.
Rob was doing that.
Yeah, pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID, when Rob from Second Sense, when we were still just his customers, he would do live auctions from his warehouse, but then he would simulcast them.
Yeah. But Rob doesn't do that anymore.
Nope, he only does online.
Rob did it differently, not differently, but different items. So this guy actually does like bigger ticket items.
Who is it?
Where we got the trailer from.
Oh, okay.
So he seems to have a lot of vehicle auctions, and he does,
Right. Was he simulcasting that day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Interesting.
So, and it's always nice to network and find out, like the thing I love about the class is, you can go in and you can find out who already has certain experience. Like, there's generally a lot of realtors going in because their office doesn't have an auctioneer. So, in order to sell a house, as a realtor through an auction, you have to have a realtor's license and your auctioneer license. So you see a lot of realtors doing that, or people that do heavy machinery, or in this particular case with this gentleman, it would have been nice to be able to talk to him because since he does vehicles, then it's, you can talk to people how they find vehicles and how they built that business. And, you just never know. Because shoot, I saw him sell, it was a heavy piece of machinery that went for over 20 grand.
Well, there were, I think, one of the Amish guys, and there was another guy in our class, and that was their, we have to go around the room and say why we're there and what we want to do with our license. And that was what they were interested in, is heavy equipment, farm machinery, things like that. So that fits in that category.
Yeah. But I mean, hey,
there's so many things you can do.
Oh yeah. There are people that do livestock.
Yep.
There was one auctioneer when we went to school, and he was coming in and talking, and he did like a morning talk, and he did a lot of he was certified to be able to like sell trees. So if somebody had land, like he would go on, and that was like his specialty, to go in and certify the trees and be able to sell off blocks of land for developers to chop down trees and clear land for, people or, developers or other companies. Like, and that was his thing. Like, that was pretty cool.
Interesting.
So, I mean, you get to hear just different things from different auctioneers, and you just never know. Makes you think there's a lot more to it than just, buy a storage unit and sell the stuff out of it. And, I mean, there's a lot more different ways a person can, enhance their auctioneer abilities or utilize their license to do more.
It was I thought it's always a good networking experience too. And there was a couple who live in New York, and their business is right across the border in PA, and they are running online auctions on the same platform we use, HiBid. And so I became friends with her, and we've been texting back and forth, and they're doing it a little bit differently but similar. And so I got some ideas from her on how we were going to change things, and we've already implemented one of them. So it's just always good to like be learning and learning new things, and how can you always be improving your business and making it better and more efficient, and running it better. And so that was, I think, for me, one of the big takeaways from the classes was the networking piece. We also met a realtor, which is what, were you just going to say that?
No, I was just thinking, because when I go in and teach, Lisa's always like, well, what am I going to be there for? You're the auctioneer. Well, guess what? Now she'll be there teaching with me, and we'll be running the morning session.
I don't know. He's the like teacher. I'm the behind the scenes, get all the details organized. So
exactly,
we'll see how that's gonna.
It wouldn't work the way it works without her putting the details together. So I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. But you were saying about the realtor?
It's just good to have those connections, because sometimes we have the opportunity, when we're selling the contents of the house, and then the client may or may not have a realtor. So making those connections, again, networking.
Yeah. So it's just been, one of the reasons we haven't been, well, the majority of the channel has really been, you've seen probably a lot of storage unit videos. I can say the majority of the videos from editing, I know there's storage unit videos, but sometimes when we're bogged down with the everyday, like it's been hard to get out and get a storage unit when you're, working in houses, you're off site, it's a lot of movement in it, so to speak, when we're working out of the warehouse. So it makes it hard to pick up a storage unit and then do all that. But that's the thing we're trying to work out with everything, is the consistency of it all. How do you still, like, we like the treasure hunt, we like to get storage units, we like to look at storage units, but we also like to help people. We like to do the downsizing in the estate sales. I mean, that's our business. We just like it. I mean, sometimes it's nice to find stuff, and even if you don't have to pay for it, you still get the chance to. I like to sell parts, so so would I have found the gold coins in the storage unit? I don't know, but we had somebody that
we hope to one day.
Yeah, we got to sell them from an estate sale. So now, if we ever find them, we know exactly what we can do with them. And I will say that I do like coins, so.
Yes.
When we find them in storage units, we generally keep those. So it's nice to know what what we have, and collect it.
KT says, well, do you share more of that, not just storage units? That's a good segue.
Well,
I don't know.
Your answer?
I don't know. What is your answer?
My answer is, I don't know. Like, does anybody really want to see that? That would be one question I would ask, but
yeah, that's the question. Do people want to watch that content? People love watching storage unit videos. We know that, it's proven. Do they want to see us working at the warehouse and what we're working on, and how we set up our house sales and things like that? I would say, yeah. So
it's more content too. Like, I mean, so Avery's All In is, to me, it's our brand, it's us, and there's so much that we do besides just storage units. So like lately, I just put a video out where, while she was in auction school, I bought a couple storage units. Well, I didn't have time to really dig through it and try and film it all the way. So I basically filmed it real quick going through it, and then came back and was able to film after I pulled everything out of the trailer and share what all is getting sold and how it's being sold. And thanks to Lisa, I finally got on Facebook Marketplace earlier this year. So been trying to tear that up. And with our smaller warehouse, like we can't keep stuff either. Like we can't let it pile up. So it's like, you know, get it here, pull it off the trailer, and you know, how quickly can we get this out of here, you know?
Yep.
So
Michelle has said it. Yes, it's the real behind the scenes.
yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, think about the movie, the outtakes, the behind the scenes footage that I don't know if it's like when you stream a movie, but like if you have a DVD and then they have those little extras. That's kind of dating me, but you know what I'm saying. Like there's all the behind the scenes footage. Like,
oh, I don't know what you're saying.
You're too young. But people, I think, do want to see that.
Yeah.
And KT says, I get that, just got to figure out the right way to do it. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it's crazy because we get here and there's so much to do. And that's the thing. I will say, what, you know, most people don't realize is when you're creating the video, it slows everything down, right? So,
and I am a put my nose to the grindstone and get to work kind of person. So, you know, I got a list a mile long and I want to start checking things off. And then all of a sudden, screeching halt. Let's get the mics out. Let's start recording. And then it just like the work progress slows down so much. But I get that that's necessary to then make good content, because that's the key too. We can't just turn the camera on and film if it's not good content, you know. Then what are we making content for? We want to make it good and educational and entertaining and things like that.
Said, do we get to see Roy cuss when he dropped something on his foot? So I had to laugh because
maybe
I dropped something on my foot today. Like, this is the first time wearing my slides, and that's why my toe hurts. Now I'm thinking about it, like, oh, I thought it was because I was running in my shoe, but I forgot something fell off. One of the stage pieces fell on my toe.
Wait, you're just remembering that now?
Yeah, I just remembered that. So, hey, I got a short memory. Things don't stick long, you know.
Well,
me, I could be angry, and then 10 minutes later, I'm smiling and ready to rock and roll, you know. Or I could drop something on my foot, and 10 minutes later, I forgot it fell on my foot.
Michelle said people tend to think it's easy, and it's not. And that is the absolute truth. Like, if we filmed our life 24/7, you know,
we'd have a lot of footage.
Yeah, people would be like, what the heck?
They should have kept that off film.
Well, yeah.
But actually, what I'm looking at doing, so I finally cleaned up the office and trying to get back into the flow of things. I actually pulled out our GoPros, and you know, I can see, because I do want to get into filming around the warehouse, like when I was doing the trailers, you know, to have the GoPro on as I'm unloading the trailer, and then I can do a little filming, and you know, if there's anything good, you know, it stays in the video. And if it's a lot of boring stuff that, you know, is going to go in the garbage, then, you know, maybe I have to cut that out. Or when we're sitting around here, like, well, it's going to be getting colder and we won't be doing it as much, but I've thought about days where I'm doing pictures for furniture and I'm out back moving all the furniture. And it's like, you know, I could be talking to the camera and, you know, showing you guys on a day-to-day, like, you know, the one thing that most people don't realize if you're a reseller is, you know, it's nice to buy. I love the sale, but then there's the in between that, you know, like taking pictures, or after the sale, all the shipping we do. And, you know, there's so much that, you know, we could do and just strap on a GoPro, and, you know, wouldn't be the first time anybody's done it. And she's looking like, I don't know, but
I'm just laughing at something you said.
Uh-oh, what'd I say?
Strap on. Sorry.
Is Noreen here?
Yeah, she's in the chat right next to Conky.
Gotcha. How did all the Facebook Marketplace go for you? Loved how you lotted up and more.
Yeah, Roy's been doing really good with Facebook Marketplace. So I was the Facebook Marketplace person for us for many years. I've been doing it for many years.
Yep.
Even like when we first met. Before that. So and Roy wasn't even on Facebook.
Yeah,
like you had a very not deactivated, but very
like I'm on Facebook,
unused
but
account.
Like even now, like I don't really use my Facebook account, but I sell on Marketplace. But yeah, she did it, but then she'd be so bogged down, it just got to a point where, we had stuff around and she wasn't on. I'd be like, all right, this goes on Facebook, this goes on Facebook, and then she's busy doing her thing, and she's like, she doesn't have time. So earlier this year, I did go ahead and start doing it, and actually somebody gave me a little tip about Facebook, like if things are stagnant, just change the price. Or edit something, but like that's what I'll do. If I don't get a hit, like for something I posted today and tomorrow I haven't heard anything, then by tomorrow night, I'll probably lower the price by $1 or $5. It just depends. Like if it's a $15 or $20 item, I'll probably just do $1 and bring it down to 19 or whatever. And then all of a sudden it will go back to the top of the Facebook feed, I guess. And, it will attract people to the items or even other items. So, I'm trying to keep right now. I'm down to 16 because we've sold some things, but yeah, if you look at the Facebook, I need to clear it out, but I like to keep it in there so people can see all the sales that have been made, so they can get an idea what's being sold. But yeah, it's going pretty good. So
I don't think people really look at that.
Yeah, she doesn't, but we don't think the same anyway. So that's the beauty of it all.
People can barely read your posts.
It's all
so right. They're not going and looking. Oh, let me look up and see how this seller is.
Difference of opinion. This is why we don't film. Nobody wants to see that. It's the same thing as we always say, though. Like either people don't read or people don't look at all the pictures, and but we put it in there because just in case. And since I don't have as much feedback as she does, because she's been doing it for years, I leave it up there so people can at least see that there's still
okay. So here's a situation, you guys. I want your feedback. What would you have done? So we recently put out a help wanted ad. Because we are looking for another person in the warehouse, and
another person that can help with storage, moving, really, not even just storage units, but moving.
Yes, like muscle. We need muscle. But anyway, but okay.
What would you do?
So we put out this ad, and someone private messaged me. And so in the ad, there was, this is what we're looking for. This is how you need to respond. And I gave our email address. I told them what to put in the subject line, because those were kind of like my test of, is anybody reading this? And, how are they going to respond? So somebody private messaged me. Hey, I'm interested in a job. What do you want me to do? How can I, get you? I don't remember the exact wording. Like how can I apply for the job? And so I didn't respond back to them, because that told me that they didn't read anything, and they're not going to be, have the attention to detail that we really need. So what would you guys have done? Like, would you have just said, okay, here's what we would like? Because that's what I could have done. I would have said, hey, thanks for reaching out. Can you send us your, whatever resume and this and that to this email? Or would you have just ignored them?
KT said people do not read. And J&J said I would have done the same thing, not responded. Conky said, "Hello, is this still available?" Yes, that is one of the biggest things with Facebook Marketplace.
And
Bill said block and delete.
Yep.
Michelle said ignored.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah,
Not that I need validation, but like I kept second guessing, like maybe I'm missing out on, a good a good person by just not giving them the benefit of the doubt. But
no, she asked me. I told her the same thing. Like, don't respond because if they can't look at the details, I mean, and that's one of the biggest things that it's like one of the biggest things for a reputation, is putting the details in. I mean, that's something that we kind of, try to stick with. And that's one of the things we try to, I won't say elaborate and put a huge description, but we've seen some people that some auctions, because we still buy from auctions and we bought from online auctions before we started doing online auctions, even though we've been doing it for a while. But some auction companies and people and auctioneers that do online auctions don't put any description or enough pictures, and then you can't see, and then you get something you find out it's really not what you thought because you're hoping it is. But they don't take good enough pictures to really help you identify it. And so, we want to be more cognizant of these details. Whether people read it or not, or look at all the pictures is irrelevant, because at the end of the day, when it sells, we can always go back and say, well, it was here.
Right.
And we've had that before where people that you didn't say this. And it's like, it's right here. And then, I didn't read the description.
Right.
Okay. But it's not that we didn't do it. So that attention to detail is a big thing for us, because it's part of our reputation. People know that we have a good customer base that we've been building for years, that they know if they're buying from us, they see Recycle NEO, they know that we're going to do our best to, if call out the flaws or, bring a quality product. Let's put it that way. So that's the way to say it.
Yep.
So we need people we feel will represent it. So attention to detail. Yeah.
I always, even when we started way back, when we started the business, I always said, I'm going to do everything that I hate about what the opposite of what the other companies do that I hate. How they, like, some online auctions will have a pickup window of 2 hours. And you got to get there. And then, like, there's so many people and it's so chaotic. And that's why we always offer a much larger window of time. Even though that's more on us, like it takes more of our time out of our day, we feel like it's a better customer experience.
Yeah.
So like Roy and I are always very customer focused. How is the customer, how does the customer feel? And his level of customer service with his Facebook pickups is over the top. I'm sitting in the office and I hear Roy at the back door, like having these long conversations with people. Like, it's happened 3 times in the last 2 days. And these people are here for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, just stuff. Fabric. This one lady was talking about fabric.
Yeah. And
she was buying fabric.
She was packing up her fabric. And I'm just like, okay, standing there. It's raining on us, but hey.
It was raining?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember.
It was sprinkling, or it was wet out, but it was a little cold. But the reality is, people come, and my biggest thing is, I've been a networker for years. I've done outside insurance sales, so it's like, that's just me.
Facebook is crazy. Yes, and they do only look at the pictures.
But we've had people come in that have seen our YouTube channel. We have people that come in that have seen Recycle NEO all over Facebook, and then they end up seeing something they like and they come in. And we have people that when they come in, I want them to know what we do. So it's always going to be a conversation starter where, hey, by the way, just to let you know, because what?
I'm just thinking about the lady who came today to pick up the blower.
I wasn't here for that one.
So this is Roy's customer, and he was not here. So I was here, and I hear the front door yank, and it's locked. And so I hear her kind of like sigh or grumble or something. So I open up the door. I'm like, can I help you? As she's walking away, she's like, I'm here to see Roy Dean. I'm like, when she said that, I'm like, and who are you? So I said, are you here to pick up the blower? Well, she was like an hour and a half late. So I thought she wasn't coming, but then apparently I didn't see that message until after she came.
Okay.
But you sent it through Messenger and not a text, so whatever. But anyway.
No, I thought it. Oh, well,
so then she was all kind of weird, and she's like, he said he would let me test it.
I did.
So I bring it out there, and I just set it down, and she's like, well, how can I test it? I'm like, oh, let me go get a cord. And she's literally standing outside the front door the whole time. I didn't even let her in.
Yeah, I forgot I thought about that too before I left. Like, man, I meant to tell you there's a cord by the back door. She was supposed to come to the back door, but
yeah, she didn't come to the back door. I didn't have a cord, so I had to go get a cord, and then I had to go get one of those little adapters from a 3-prong to a 2-prong. It was just a whole process, and I mean, it worked. She bought it.
Yeah, I got
and I kept the money.
I got a 2-star review on that one. I didn't tell her yet.
What? Are you serious?
No.
Oh.
I don't know. I didn't look, but I probably did though.
Like, that doesn't even like, why do you look at nobody looks at those even?
I didn't look. I said I didn't look.
It was just a whole like comedy of errors kind of scenario, and I was not the most customer service friendly person at that point because I was caught off guard and didn't know all the details. But this was funny. Jenna said one guy had her outside talking to for over an hour, and Joe never came out.
Yeah, you know, I'm a talker, so you know, that's an opportunity. I think of it this way. You know, we found one of our best customers because one of their employees bought something from us, and then when the time came that they wanted to finish liquidating the parent stuff, the employee referred them over to us, and it's one of our best clients. It was one of our best clients. So I mean, for me, when people show up, you know, I got me personally in my mind, it's, you know, this is a chance that you just don't know what comes down the pipeline from it.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. So, you don't know.
You know, I just, you know, every opportunity that we can be in front of somebody. I mean, hey, we had our $1 garage sale, or warehouse sale, and just from talking to people and doing what I normally do, we found that $250 buyout from that one.
Yeah.
Yep. So I mean, you know,
you don't know.
It's just me. Know. It's like, you know,
we're not getting any more business from that lady that came today. Probably
not. No, she probably.
Although
she probably blocked me.
I do feel like I did rebound and make up for it a little bit later in the conversation. We connected over astrology, and we're both Libras, so
no, probably what it is. You both looked at each other like from Libra eyes, like I don't know. But hey, you never know. I've learned in insurance, it's the people that you figure you didn't connect with that actually are the ones that you connect with more and usually make the sales from, or something better comes down the pipeline. So
yeah,
you never know.
You never know. Yeah. That is true. You never know where your next customer is going to come from. So
Michelle said Libras like balance. Oh, so tell me about it.
That is exactly what we talked about, because she had mentioned something about a Libra, and she's like, are you, I don't know. And then I said, well, I'm a cusp, because I'm on the cusp of Libra and Virgo. And she's like, oh, Virgos are my arch enemies. Like, she said it really pronounced. I'm like, but then she said something, and I said, I talked about the scales, because that is the Libra's thing, the scales of balance. And I said, you know, that's been my challenge my whole life. I can always see both sides of something. And then I said, doesn't it really make it hard to make decisions sometimes? And so she, like, we connected on that point, and she agreed with me with that.
It's easy.
Not when you're a Libra, or you have some Libra in you.
I don't know. Fortunately, I don't. So
Joni says, you never know when you'll find your next employer either, right? It is so true. So Joni is one of our team members here who is amazing, and we love her. And
the one I was talking about earlier,
right? And she was a customer of ours at one of our pickups. We connected, her and I connected, and Roy's on the mouse chair. I'm distracted by the little squeaks that I hear out of my ear. I'm barely
like even moving. But...
I know, but it's that chair squeaks and it sounds like a mouse every time.
So funny enough, Lisa tells me, yeah, she was talking to this lady, and I don't know. I know where I was. I was probably in the garage, but yeah. And she's like, she's got her auction firm license, and she said one day she'd like to talk and get some advice or some pointers or something like that. And I'm like, I forget what I said.
You said probably, let's call her right now. Because that's how he is.
And Lisa's
let's do it right now.
Yep. I'm like, yep, let's give her a call. And I think it was a few days later. I'm like, so did you call her yet? And Lisa's like, no, I still haven't. And then she, then she got all, you want me to call right now? I'm busy. Yes, I want you to call right now. You said she has an auction firm license and she wants to talk. And we're shorthanded. Maybe she might come and help us out, and we can teach her, and actually, she can get paid to learn too. So that was kind of the short story to a longer story. And like I said, it's like a fish to water. Like, I mean, Lisa's like trying to explain in detail, and Joni's like, yep, I already did it. Okay, and you have to do this, and Joni's like, already done. 10 steps ahead of us. So
yeah.
Pretty cool. And actually, she has a sale up now on HiBid, her first one. So I think we're going to go ahead and drop that link in there. So definitely check out her sale. Give her some support. Tell her Avery sent you. TDK, what's happening?
Is this where I put it or over there?
Put it over here.
Over here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, TDK.
Have a good weekend, Michelle. She's going to prep for...
Oh no, be safe. There's Joni's sale. You guys check it out in the chat. Yes, Michelle, be safe. I heard about that. Hopefully it's nothing. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully it's not too bad.
Hopefully the weather guy doesn't try and change the path with a Sharpie. Sorry. I just saw something about that again yesterday.
TDK is down in Florida, living the dream.
Nice.
Awesome. I do this on the wrong screen, and then I'm going to block someone unintentionally.
Yep. What's that? Drink water?
No.
So, we've been on for an hour, and we appreciate everybody stopping in. We're not jumping off yet, but the reason I'm saying that is because I did want to make sure I point out a quick plug. Her phone went off because she sets alarms to drink water, have a little snack, right? Stuff like that.
Yep.
Because we are so looking at kind of the way our channel's built and just some things that we're doing as we're moving forward. One of the things is health is a big one. A lot of it's getting older, trying to stay off medication, trying not to be prescribed medication, all that kind of other good stuff. So in order to, try to make sure we're as healthy as possible, we are changing some habits. And we started another channel, Avery's Healthy Journey. And I know she's been on a very big kick getting back into healthier eating, and she's slowly dragging me along with her again.
Whatever. You were there in the beginning, and
I was, and then I fell off, and I'm trying to get back in the groove as well. But I do want to start doing more with like exercising and stuff like that as well. But we are, and that's where her editing has come into place. She's learning to edit and helping build that channel, because our first channel takes a lot of work as already, so I need an extra hand. But if we put on the first channel, it doesn't go with kind of the first channel either. So
right. So I just dropped the link. Our channel, the new channel we started again at the beginning of the year and then took a break, Avery's Healthy Journey. And so we're slowly growing that. But Jenna said, how often will we be posting? Probably weekly. But
notice she said probably.
One long form video weekly, and then maybe shorts and other stuff.
Yeah,
maybe going
live up there, by the way. You could just release
that are ready.
Yeah, put them up there for you already.
You put them up there
a long time ago.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look back at that.
Yep.
But yeah, so we have some footage recorded. So I think Mondays midday is when those videos are going to come out. So if you're interested in that content, great. If not, that's fine too.
It's just a little bit more of Avery's, it's kind of the whole journey of the YouTube is, it's just the brand, our branding, and you'll notice if you do check them both out, you'll actually see like the icons we actually got that done. I think earlier this year, we got our logo. So
yeah, the logos all were designed by the same person, and we wanted them all from Recycle NEO to Avery's All In to Avery's Healthy Journey to all have like a similar look, but be a little bit different. Yeah. So TDK says, on our way back from a unit, it was a good one. That is awesome.
Very nice.
Is that the first one you bought since you've been back to Florida?
Or was that the one? Didn't you say you had one you were waiting till you got back, I believe, too?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I thought they said they had one that was there and they were waiting to come back and go ahead and unload it, which is interesting.
Yes, hold you accountable. That is so true, because when we weren't working the program and doing the things, like I just didn't feel authentic talking about our healthy journey when we weren't on the healthy journey. Like we fell off, but we're back on. And so, the idea of being authentic and transparent is important to us. I feel like that's how we connect with our community. Others, it doesn't work for everyone, but it works for us. We want it to work for us anyway.
Yep. And we got
TDK said yes.
Yep. And we got a couple other things that are coming down the pipeline. So business wise, YouTube wise, that as we get to those points, we will let you know. I will say the next one, as Lisa already said, the next collection we'd like to liquidate. This guy specifically would love to do it. A Pew Pew collection. So we are working on getting the FFL so that we can do those consignments out of the warehouse. So that is one next step business wise. So yeah. So I will say that, and you'll probably hear about it more as we keep going through the process, because I know once we submit the application, then we're going to end up getting set up where the ATF is going to come out here and interview us and check out our warehouse, and yeah, a lot of stuff that goes into that. But TDK, Thomas, you were there with Lisa. You heard. I know you guys didn't get the ATF agent that used to come in, but I heard you guys got the same presentation. So yeah, they'll come out and check everything out, and before they authorize us to go ahead and be licensed to sell, the Pew Pews.
So. Thank you. They said they need to finish that one as well, so that probably that unit you were talking about.
Okay.
So we got a unit this week. Didn't we?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah. It's been weird. So being away for 2 weeks at school and then coming back, like being away was weird, but then coming back was weird, because it's like you're getting back into your routine, but it's different because you've been away from it. So it was I told Jenna it was absolutely average unit.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing exciting except we're going to show you right now a little sneak peek.
Ah, yes.
Do you want to do the light?
No, go ahead. I'll turn the light off.
I don't know if we're going to be able to see it. It's probably too light in here.
Yeah, you can see it. There it is.
They're just 2 plates, and we have to do fine tooth sorting yet, but they're just 2 uranium glass plates that were in a kitchen box, like in with the plates and cups and coffee cups. So I don't know if they were using these to eat off. But
the good thing is I don't see any chips, so
no, they're in really good shape.
It's surprising, especially coming out of a storage unit, that I don't think they were even wrapped, were they?
No, I don't think so.
I think they were just
in a stack of plates, like.
So.
And you saw them.
Yeah, actually, did I?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I did. That is right. So, Conky said, "Did you get the Facebook listing that Jeremy sent?" Yes, actually, I did. Didn't reach out to him only because, well, at the moment I think he sent it yesterday, so I will probably try and reach out to him tomorrow.
What?
It's a
uranium glass collection.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is the first time hearing about this.
I think with a case.
Oh my God.
Let's see.
How am I just hearing about this now? I need to be
in on
that.
Around yesterday.
I need to be in on that group chat, I think. Conky, can you send me private messages about things like that I need to know about? Because his communication skills are hit or miss sometimes.
Yeah, see, I got it yesterday morning.
That was like more than 24 hours ago. Send it to me. Is there a listing?
It doesn't look like it's a listing anymore.
Oh, yeah, it probably went fast. That's okay. You know what I say? When you miss out on an opportunity, there's always another one.
Yep.
So.
Well, what did I do yesterday morning? So it was sent, and I know it was sent when we were I was at a live auction yesterday. And then I was rushing back to the warehouse to pick up the trailer to go pick up that unit yesterday. And by the time we got done, we didn't even ship out our eBay order like we were supposed to. So
you forgot.
I wasn't here.
You did have to bring the trailer back here.
But you were here working.
But I left.
You could have brought the mail.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we were late on an eBay order.
Yeah.
Oh, well. It happens.
Every blue moon. Can't win them all. But I think we still have enough leeway that we shouldn't lose our top-rated seller status. So. Is there something I don't know?
I don't know.
I don't recall us canceling anything or being late on anything. Because normally I come in and I do the mail, but I kind of came and, ran in and out and went to Wadsworth. And I don't think, the funny thing is, like, all right, we found some stuff in there. It wasn't the greatest unit, but you know what? They all aren't bangers. But at the end of the day, I mean, we should still.
So what
make money off.
We're looking for, and one of the reasons we bought it was just a quantity. There was not anything that we saw that was like, oh my gosh, look at that. There might be more of this, or I think that's a that. Like, it was just quantity. It was a 10 by 15. There were a lot of boxes. There was not that much furniture that we could see. So that those were in a
bad area.
Right. And it wasn't a good town. So that's why we went for it. And it's going to be a lot of whatnot stuff. And segue, we're going to fire up our whatnot wagon again.
Yep.
So we want to be stocking up for that. We don't know when exactly. And we don't know what the frequency is, but we want to kind of set a schedule and stick to it. And
we just haven't figured out that schedule yet.
Right.
So, but
because we have been trying to do a little getaway this whole entire year. Well, maybe for like the last 3 or 4 months, and it hasn't happened. And so I'm really trying to push it before it gets too cold to get away for a few days. And so
it's never too cold to get away as long as we go somewhere warmer. To
well,
be honest with you,
I don't want to go somewhere warm. I want to go to Michigan.
Well, I mean, that's you.
But
although I wouldn't mind an Alaskan cruise or something like that. Like, I love to do that.
Okay, I'm not even talking to you right now.
See. But yes, whatnot after we get back. So yeah, I would say a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But we're also just out trying to. So before I say what I was going to say next, part of why we had to step back was, there was a lot of other things personally going on too. So two of the biggest heartstrings of why I know why I do what we do. My big why is my dad had multiple sclerosis. He passed away a couple of years ago. And just watching, I think it was 35 years of watching how he deteriorated. Like, I think of these things like, when he retired because medically they forced him out of his position because of the fact that, when he would exacerbate in the summer, like if it was a hot summer, you knew he took time off of work because of, the MS and where he worked, it was a factory and all this stuff. So, that kind of was something that for quite a while was a big thing. Like, go see my dad, go make sure he's all right, and try to take time if I could. Right. And then the other one is, my oldest has a mental illness, and the last 2 years trying to not only get him properly medicated, get his mental health stabilized, but after 2 years, finally knowing where we're at a certain point, actually 2 months ago, finally got him in a group home, found a good group home to put him in. And so far, everything's been good. He's been happy. Somebody, cooks breakfast, lunch, and dinner for him. He's got snacks. He can walk to the store. Like, he's in a good place. And I feel he's in a good place. If something happens, like, I don't have to worry about, well, if something happens, who's taking care of him? Because I've raised 2 kids basically as a single dad. So that's been the ending culmination of, I had to take time off from YouTube because I'd have to go home and check up on him. And, just there's so much that was going on life-wise, but mental health and, my dad's illness, like, those are like 2 big heartstrings why, like, this is the business we do, because without doing what we do, I couldn't just simply take the time off to be there as needed. So now that a lot of that stress is finally
alleviated. Okay. I don't know that it's gone completely, but it's lessened.
Yes. We're starting to get back into the right frame of mind. Yeah. And that's kind of, that when there's stress like that, like they say, stress can be, a killer, really. So, we were just coming down this path, and now we're slowly coming back out of it. And that's where all this is coming back to healthy journey, getting back into YouTube videos, getting into even storage units. Like, it was hard to do that, running all the consignments and estate sales, and then all the other stuff going on. There was just a lot. So, circling back, we're looking to be more consistent again. And this is why we have all these things that are starting to pop up now, because they had to get put on the back burner for a minute.
Yeah. And
that's why we titled this one, what was it? We titled it, Sometimes You Need to Hit Pause, but we're not done yet.
KT said, amen, Roy, love being there for family when we are needed. And J&J said, stress is the #1 killer. I believe that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever. I'm not even going to comment.
Elizabeth. Oh, it's the big one. Oh. But I do want to say, because I know we're probably going to wrap up here pretty soon, but I do want to say one thing we haven't had a chance to do, but I did put this aside. So let me grab this.
I don't know what this is.
I know. Surprise, surprise.
But before he brings that, I want to show you guys something. I was cleaning my office this week.
She just wanted to be like me.
And I found this. This is the receipt from our very first storage unit we bought back in 2018. If you guys can see the name at the bottom, Dean Figatakis. He's having an auction tomorrow, but not at the same place. But we bought a unit for $35. And
that was back when we were go ahead.
We were both still working.
Yes, we were. But I was gonna say something. I'll wait till you finish though. It
had heavy ass furniture in it. We had to rent a U-Haul, and I remember it had that it was beautiful furniture, but it was so heavy. It had the marble tops. There was like a giant 2-piece buffet cabinet. There was a big like credenza type piece. I don't know. I mean, it was so heavy. And I remember I thought I was going to die because I was on the bottom and Roy was in the truck, and I was like, he was like, push. And I'm like, I can't, I'm going to be crushed. I don't have any more muscles. But we were able to flip that for about $800. The whole set. We listed it on Marketplace. And so that's when we got bit. And I've been hanging on to this receipt just for, memory's sake. I need to get a frame for it.
Here's the funny thing.
Uh-oh, lost connection. It's buffering. JJ said it's back. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you.
No. I just text you something. You can share that too.
This. Okay. Oh, this is a picture of the unit. You still have this? Oh, you can see this big ass furniture. But I could see that it was beautiful. It looks like there's a dining room table and chairs too. It was so heavy. It was so heavy. But anyway, that was our very first unit.
And we would never buy that unit again. That's the funny thing. I was just telling somebody yesterday, the first unit we ever bought, was a good unit, because we were talking. Well, I know who it was and what we were talking about. And it's the only time we hit good was that unit, but we never buy that unit today. We'd never do that. Because it was all furniture, and honestly, storage unit furniture, we've kind of bought enough to realize that
it's usually bad.
Yeah, there should be another one too, because I had 2 pictures.
Okay,
so that was the one, and then
oh my gosh,
turn your phone the other way, sideways. There you go.
So it's the same unit. But look how big those pieces are. And that marble topped piece at the front there. Oh my gosh. I don't even remember what else was in there in the back.
Yeah, it was a whole dining room set.
Yeah.
So it wasn't much, but it was big.
Yeah.
There was a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So
I love buying and selling furniture. I really do. I don't like to move it or lift it, but I do. I don't know. That's one of the things that, personally, I can see a piece that has value and know that I can make money flipping it, but I'm not drawn to buying it as I used to be. We used to buy a lot more furniture.
Well, I mean, if we see it in the way that fashion that we saw it, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, usually we buy, because there is furniture that we still will buy in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah.
But unless it's in good condition and we can see it and we know it's in a storage unit, specific brands, I mean, most of it's us searching the internet and buying online auctions or going to a live auction where we see it.
Yeah.
So that way we can inspect it and make sure we can get the value of it. But we're talking like when we buy it, like if we're buying a bedroom set, for example, more than likely we're looking at, you know, a couple $1,000s that we're going to flip the furniture for. So, you know, but.
All right. We need to wrap up. What do you got?
So as we're getting back into this is something we got a unit end of last year. Look at that. PS4 tested. We got cords, controller, everything works. And this bundle pack, when we get to 25,000 subs, this is what we're promoting. This is one of the giveaways we are going to give away, because we're going to get back on this auction train. We're going to get back on the YouTube train. We're going to get this thing going. And when we get to 25K, 25,000 subscribers, we're going to do a giveaway. And this is going to be one of our giveaways. PS4 with the controller, cords, tested, working. And yeah, I was going to sell it in auction. I said, you know what? We had a couple Xbox Ones and quite a bit of other things. And I said, you know what? I didn't have to. So I put it aside, and that's what we're going to do with it.
Okay.
So
yay
you. So
all right,
and I'm sure we'll figure out other things, but we're going to do a big celebration, and that's going to be one of the main giveaways when we hit 25K.
On that note, we're going to wrap it up. Look for us every Friday night at 6. Next week, we might be on the road because of my family wedding that we have on Saturday. So I don't know what that's going to look like yet, because we don't know what time we're leaving and all those details. But we'll be here every Friday at 6. And what else? Thanks for hanging out with us. You guys are great. We appreciate you.
Say goodnight, Lisa.
Good night, Lisa. TDK said, how many subs do you have right now? A little over 14,000.
14.3.
So got a little ways to go, but we're going to get back on track and get some momentum going, and we'll be there before you know it.
Get this gravy train going. Choo choo.
It was great seeing everyone and hanging out with you. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.